Hey friends, Diana here from Garden Love. I'm always complaining about the sun not being out here, and as soon as I started recording, the sun started setting right behind my greenhouse and it's blinding me, but I think it's perfect for you guys to be able to see what I'm doing here. Today I'm going to be planting this plant that is called epazote, and this one I purchased from a local nursery, but the one that's already in here, actually my nephew went to Mexico, Oaxaca, and brought some seeds from there. He has the greenhouse. He also has the green thumb, and he grew that from seed. He gave me two. I decided to put that in, and this plant is actually a very interesting plant. You can eat it. Oh, I wish you guys can smell that. It smells like minty, like spicy. It's weird. But people from Oaxaca actually use these in quesadillas. They put them in beans because it releases a chemical that takes away the chemical from beans, what gives you gas. And this helps remove that. So when you eat beans, you won't get gassy. And you eat it in a lot of things. It's very beneficial, but also if you're pregnant, they suggest that you don't eat this because it can actually abort the baby. So you don't want to have this when you're pregnant. But I'm going to plant this, and let me talk about why I'm planting it in this little garden that I'm creating where my passion fruit is. I'm not sure if you guys can see her over there. I'm going to have to name her, but I'm planning this is a little garden that I'm creating because there's some shelter from frost, and the reason why I decided to plant them here is because these do not tolerate frost at all whatsoever. They dislike frost. In fact, they would die if frost hits them. So for that reason, they're going to go along with my passion fruit because the passion fruit also hates the frost and will literally die if frost hits it. So I'm going to create this little garden here with all the plants that struggle in my big garden on the hillside, things that need a little bit more care, things that do not like the frost, that need shelter. And this area is ideal for plants like that. So for that reason, this epazote is going to be going in this hillside, this little garden here. And I'm hoping that it can be a perennial instead of an annual, because once frost hits it, it's gonna die. I actually tried growing this on the hillside and it died. So I was hoping that at least the seeds would spread and I would get seedlings, but it didn't work out. Thankfully, I found this at my local nursery and my nephew was able to give me that. This actually, I brought my little chairs here and I like how easy this is. Now, another plant that I'm going to be growing over here is going to be this zucchini, but I realized that something's eating it already. And when I started walking over here, I actually saw a squirrel. I don't know if you guys can see. Well, I saw a squirrel inside that pot, probably hiding nuts. So that tells me that squirrels are going to be coming around here, unfortunately. So I'm probably going to plant this somewhere high instead of in the ground. I don't know, but nothing's attacking the chilies here. And let me just tell you that I've actually left these plants here for about a week or a little longer just to see how they're acclimating to this area. Nothing has affected this chili or that chili or the epazotes or the passion fruit. So that's a good sign. That means that these are going to go well. This is a tomatillo, green tomato. And since it's doing great here, I'm going to plant him here. The question is where? Let's see. I think I'm going to plant. So I try to think about, let me move you guys up so you guys can see me. When I plant things, I try my best to try to visualize what they're going to look like once they grow. And you know, tomatillos or any tomatoes, they tend to spread and grow wide. So I'm trying to see where would it be the best place for it. So the passion fruit is going to take a while for its roots to take over this area. So I might put one right here just for this growing season, because then I can attach it to this, or it could just lean on this and hopefully I can grow. These hopefully are gonna fill up the space as well. So is that. So maybe this little chili can go in between them since it's only going to grow for one season. I don't know if they overwinter. So let's go ahead and put it right there. Oh, that's a little low. I kind of like this. So that, let's go ahead and add this chili. I was about to put it right across from my passion fruit. Actually, I'm going to do it diagonal from both of these plants just to give them a little bit more of root space so they don't interfere with each other. And since tomatillos are like tomatoes, I'm going to put them really close to the end of the raised bed, because that way I can put a trellis or a cage. There we go. This is a zucchini, and in case you didn't know, zucchinis tend to get really, really wide. There's 2 zucchinis in here. Actually, there's 3 zucchinis, which is not good. I'm not sure if I can break them apart, because you don't want to have 3 zucchinis growing. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Literally break them apart. Ooh, this one didn't keep that many roots. I don't know how well they're gonna do. This one pretty much killed it. So now the decision is, where do I want the zucchini to go? Let me rinse my hands. After thinking about it, I'm gonna stick to the original plan, which I wanted a zucchini to go in this corner so it can kind of trellis over the raised bed, and maybe I can put a stake and it can grow upwards. And I'm just gonna stick to that same plant. This is the zucchini. I split them. Hopefully they survive and they can handle the trauma of what I just did to them. And hopefully whatever's eating them can stop. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me just go grab something. To give it a fair chance of survival, I'm going to take this Dollar Tree cage and I'm going to put it over. Hopefully nothing can get to it until it starts getting established and growing. Meanwhile, I still have this little zucchini that I divided. So let me show you where I'm gonna put it. So I'm gonna take this little pot right here that's growing I have to wet it. I love this hose because it literally reaches all my garden space. So mint's growing on there. I don't know how much the roots have gotten into the main one, but the mint is actually in a smaller pot right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it's rooted. I'm curious to know if something else will grow with it. So I'm going to give it deep watering, and hopefully that zucchini can share the pot with the mint. So I have this cage. It was actually 2 small cages. Somebody gave them to me because they were too small. But what I decided to do is tie them, zip them, and now I made it into a bigger cage. So let me show you how I'm going to use it with my tomatillo. Can you guys still see back here? Before it gets too big, because we all know that tomatoes and tomatillos tend to grow a lot. So you need something to help manage the craziness. And I think this will help. There we go. You guys know I love warm castings. This bag's almost empty, so I'm just going to use what's left. Hopefully we can get some worms in here. And I still feel like there's a lot. Yep, there's a lot in there. So I'm gonna fill it up with water, rinse it, and pour it back out. consider this warm tea. Now that I planted everything, I want to make sure that this whole soil is saturated with water, because we want to make sure that the roots have good contact with the new soil that they're in. We'll see. I might grow some bush beans right here. I might grow some, what else can I grow right there? Some, what do you call them? Radishes. I'm going to put some seeds down to see what I can grow in the space in between. And I'm also going to bring mulch, but I don't want to put wood chips. Not for raised beds. I'm going to have to figure out a different option for my raised bed. I've seen people put hay down. That seems to work straw. Let me know what has worked for you guys, what you guys have to suggest. But for sure, although I have tons of free wood chips, I don't want to put wood chips. Well, friends, I think that's all I'm going to be planning today. Let's rinse the bag down. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing so you can follow along and you can see how much we're going to be growing in this small space, and we're going to do everything we can to maximize the space. And all I'm going to do is flip it. Now I could just throw this away and move on to I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one.